guys, welcome back to VictoriFit. So today I wanted to cover quite a controversial topic on dairy or dairy elimination. So if you were my client in the past or you will be my client in the future, you would learn a lot about dairy and wheat. So I wanted to share this video to all my viewers out there, anyone in the world who's considering dairy. Is dairy really good for you to eat, or is dairy actually affecting the way you eat and your lifestyle? So I'll cover that today, so please enjoy. The dairy industry is very controversial in terms of diet and the benefit it actually adds to nutrition and health. So we're still not sure if it's actually beneficial for us, and the pharmaceutical and government-controlled farming industries have a lot to do with it. So just to let you know, I'm expressing my own opinion, so I'm asking you to be very open-minded and to sort of see my point of view as yours. So the dairy industry has caused a lot of issues to a lot of people within the last 20 years. I've actually experienced this myself when I turned 18, when I experienced or sort of was diagnosed with irritable bowel syndrome. I spoke about this in my previous video on bloating, part of my Bikini Body series. So I actually learned a lot about myself, and I realized that a lot of people are going through the same issue. So people get very sensitive, or I get sensitive, to acidic type of foods like coffee, alcohol, dairy, and wheat. So these types of foods sort of trigger your colon, your digestive system, which isn't so great and doesn't feel so good. So over the years, I've learned a lot about my digestive system and what triggers me and what doesn't trigger me, what to eat and what not to eat. So I realized that dairy is actually sort of becoming a food that's being eliminated. So we're not really sure what it's good for anymore. And so the reason number one is because dairy actually doesn't provide as much calcium as you think. There is way more calcium in green veggies like kale or broccoli than a yogurt or a piece of cheese or a glass of milk. So you can actually do your own quick Google research about this. This is just to confirm what I'm saying, is that there's way more calcium in green veggies. So just try it yourself. If you just try eating broccoli or kale about 3 times a week for the next few weeks, you'll see how fast your nails will grow to prove that there's more calcium in green veggies. So this is something that everyone should know from the beginning, and at least this is what you should know about calcium. So reason number 2 is that you need vitamin D to digest calcium. So calcium itself is quite hard to digest, and this is why you do need to pair it with something. So there are a lot of supplements out there come with vitamin D with the calcium. Because it's very hard to digest calcium by itself. It actually, if you have too much calcium, it can start taking over the iron. So what you want to do is sort of get the vitamin D from either the sun or a supplement. The sun actually helps you produce vitamin D, and then you'll be able to absorb it better. And reason number 3 is that the lactose in the dairy food is becoming an issue for everyone. It's becoming almost indigestible. So this is part of the reason why dairy is being eliminated slowly. The reason why is because human beings are actually not meant to keep drinking milk after breastfeeding. So if you look at nature, animals really just drink breast milk and then they stop drinking milk when they get older. So this is actually part of an evolutionary process. We're not supposed to be drinking milk anyway. So don't feel bad if you can't digest milk, or if you can't eat ice cream, or you can't eat cheese. You're just following the normal evolutionary process of a human being. So think of it this way: we're the only mammals on the planet that still drink milk after being a baby. So it's normal that we're not able to digest it in the future. However, everyone's digestive system is different, so we're not going to be able to all be intolerant to lactose all at the same time. Some develop it earlier, some develop it later, some actually never develop it and have no problem with dairy, which is fine. Everyone's different, everyone's digestive system is different, so it's not that everyone's going to be intolerant to lactose, but if you are intolerant to lactose, it's not such a bad thing anymore. So if you'd like to consider what's going on in the world right now, well, here in Canada, the food guide is actually changing in 2018. Dairy is actually going to be eliminated completely, and you know, the small milk cartons we used to get in elementary school when we were little, that doesn't really exist anymore. And the doctors that used to tell us to eat cheese and dairy to have better teeth and to up our calcium, that really doesn't work anymore. And if you look at the US food guide has already changed, and the Canada food guide is catching on. So it's really we're realizing a lot of things and we're catching up and we know what really is going on. So it really doesn't suit the people anymore, and this is the reason why I've eliminated dairy and wheat from my diet completely. I can talk about wheat in another video. If you guys like to see that, you can just leave a comment down below. So for anyone who was wondering if dairy is really good for you, here it is. Here is the truth. And I'm asking you to just be mindful and aware of what you're eating in terms of dairy and how it's affecting your life, your health, your weight loss journey, and everything else, such as disease, cancer, whatever it is. So if you can, I'm asking you to consider dairy as poison. I know that's a big word, but if you start to consider dairy as poison, you start to make different choices on what you buy and what you eat. We don't need dairy, we need calcium. So if you remove dairy from your diet, don't worry, you will not be deficient with anything, it will not hurt you. So just try to consider removing dairy and try it and see the results, and you'll see for yourself. So if you enjoyed this video, please share it with a friend or anyone who's been interested in eliminating dairy, or anyone who's already probably doing it. Share it with anyone you know, spread the word around. That really is my goal here with VictoriFit. I really want to break the brains of fitness, so that's really my goal, and I really hope that I can reach a wide range of people. So if you like what you saw today, please leave a thumbs up, comment, and I'll see you next week.